now I got most of my frame mocked up for the inside of the car. I actually slid it inside the car. It fits okay. I noticed that the top frame that I want to put with my axle in the front is a little on the high side. So I'm going to take out a couple more inches. So when the airbag suspension's down, the whole car is going to sit completely level on the ground, as opposed to having the back end sitting and the front end sitting a little higher. So that was the goal of cutting this piece out to make this fit. I will be going through a couple of the grinding discs. As you can see with my trusty grinder, they do wear out kind of fast. Doing cuts on this kind of thick of a metal with this can wear out a disc pretty good, but the result is a nice clean cut. Then I could bevel it and weld it. Talking about welds, the welds I've done here, these are preliminary welds. This is the first run weld on it. I still have to grind these into a V shape, fill it, and then do a nice dress weld on it because I'm going to leave the welds exposed on this frame here. I'll probably be going through all my discs. After that, I'm going to be polishing it with a polishing disc, which is going to give me, the whole frame's going to kind of look like the roof. I have some pieces of some agriculture equipment I've picked up. I'm going to be using them on the hot rod, which you're going to be seeing later on when they're on there. It's going to be a huge surprise. I can't wait to show you. I'm actually stoked about it as well. The next part on the frame was back to the cut. What I did, there's a reason for the cut. I did the cut out of an angle like this throughout the whole frame. It actually is going to look pretty good on the front of the axle. So this part here is going to be going on the end of the axle, and it's actually going to match the top that goes on top of the car here, which is the little cap over top of the window. If you notice, the angle of the cap and the angle of this pretty much matches out, so it's going to make the car look uniform. So it'll follow through. So I got the differential in the back of the car. It's the part that drives the wheels. It was a very heavy piece to get in there. I got it mocked up, carved the body out just so it goes up to the right height proper, which is referred to as an armpit height or underarm height for the drive line. Meaning when you're sitting in the car and the airbags are all depleted, the drive shaft actually is the height of your armpit. You're not driving it there, but when it's sitting there, that's actually where it's supposed to be. Kind of seems odd, but that's the way it works. I did run into a problem, however. Differential is not wide enough for this car. So I'm going to have to tub out the car just a little bit for it to fit, or for the next show coming up, I may actually shim it for the show. And you'll see how that's done later on. All you have to do is just keep watching with the programs that you see now. You'll see what I'm up to. I also have a deadline coming up, another show. And this one's not going to be a mock-up. This is going to be one where I'm going to be driving this car around, so it has to be basically turnkey. I have like 6 weeks to get this done. I have literally 16 weeks to do in 6 weeks. So it's going to be a rush, but it has to be done right. So I'm going to be putting a little bit of overtime into this one, which is going to be a pleasure because this is fun to do.